Hi, this is Mark Carrington from GoForYogaHealth.com. This is my second video in the series about growing an engaged following on Twitter. And remember from the last video, I contrasted the approach of using Twitter and using a tool called Staged. So let's just go back to where we were starting from. First of all is that we're now on the 18th of February. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and it is still sunny and 25 degrees in Sydney. And we were talking about GoForYogaHealth.com's Twitter page, which is called Go for Yoga Health. And the current status is that I promised to make a few tweets, and I have put a few more tweets in. We'll have a look at those in a little while. We were following 87 people last time, and the following has grown, the followers have grown to 22. So let's have a quick go back to our spreadsheet to see where we were coming from. So we could see we were following 87. So in the last 3 days, so from the 15th to the 18th, I've not changed the number of people that we've been following, and the followers have grown from 13 to, what was that number? It was 22. So let's put that 22 in, and then we will be ready for action. And the tweets were 9. So let's have a quick look at the tweets themselves. Now, some of these I've only just put up. They are, and there's a theme to these tweets. I'm going to start from the earlier ones. So here's the tweet about the video that I created last time. So I've just shared that tweet. I cheated here because I liked my own tweet. I have drawn 3 tweets out of my yoga website, my Go for Yoga Health website. I'm in the process of migrating this to a new platform, and as I complete each of the revised page posts, I've put a tweet in there. This first one, it quotes a person who works in the yoga field by the name of Sherry Roberts. So I have grabbed her Twitter handle and attached it to the quote that is drawn from one of her articles. And I have another tweet talking about yoga and stress, and then these two tweets I've taken recent tweets that had been retweeted. So one from Yoga Journal, which I am following. It's had a few retweets, and I have just simply retweeted it and added in my own words. The art of exercise is to find the zone of no pain for joints, which is material that's come from inside this article that's referred to. So I am adding value to the readers by pulling something that's in the article and sharing it. And in this one here, I quite like this one, is how do you feel after your workout? It's just a question that has been asked by this person who's also a yoga practitioner. As you can see, she's a personal trainer. And I quite like the question, and I've asked my own question, which is a tune-up or oil change, which is actually a line and a question which has come out of this article below. Now, the process of engaging users is we need to talk to the people that are talking to us. So the first place I want to go to is I want to go to messages, and I'll have a look and see what messages there are. This message was this bottom one predates, that's February 12th, so we've dealt with that, predates the last video. This one here I've actually not responded to, and this person here, Sonia Julie, uses TrueTwit validation. Now I routinely will do TrueTwit validation. So it's a question of clicking to the link to the TrueTwit website, typing in the captcha, telling you that you're not a bot, and that is it. And then what I do is I respond to the message. I say validated. That's all I need to do. Sometimes I say done. So now Sonia Julie knows that I paid attention to her website. So that was this to her post. I also have some notifications here. And the notifications here, there are quite a few since we last talked. We can see there are a few people who have liked my first tweet. These two people have liked my first tweet. I've got a bunch of people who have followed me. I'll go back to those. There are 2 people who have retweeted my retweet. And you'll see that I'm following both of those because that's the only way they will have seen the retweet. Got a bunch of other people who have followed me, and these all happened on February the 15th. And then there was just no activity on my side, so there's no activity on Twitter's side. And then this tweet that I put an hour ago has been liked by this person. Now this person is not one of the people I am following, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to follow her. And then I also would like to send her a message. And to do that, I have to click on her profile, and my message is going to be very simple. Thanks for the RT. And then we have a bunch more of people that have followed me. So that is Twitter's communication to us about what has happened. I'm not going to thank these 2 for the retweets because they've retweeted a retweet. I'm going to thank people for retweeting my tweets. So if we go back to home and go to the following list, sorry, beg your pardon, we'll go to the followers list. So the people who have followed me, one of the things I need to do is that the way of building a following is everyone who finds you is to follow them. Now I need to decide here, as we can see, these first 3, I'm already following this one, so this is someone that I followed and they followed back. This person has found me and they followed. This one doesn't have a profile photograph, and I'm a little bit, it's one of my rules is no profile photograph, no follow, but they do have a profile words, and it's profile about fitness, so it fits. I'm going to follow this one. Body weight strength is clearly fits in the area that I'm in. Jamie Thomas doesn't have any words, and his image is about healthy food, so that fits with yoga, so I will follow him back. Amy Bella she's selling jewelry. She's following me, and there are no links in here, so I will just follow the back. Live Healthy looks good. Author Solomon Hall, he's a Twitter specialist, so eventually he's going to start flogging Twitter stuff to me. This person is speaking, this looks like Spanish to me. I can read enough Spanish to follow them. Yoga Love is no profile words, but it's clearly about yoga. Tai Chi Clan is so Tai Chi is somewhat related to yoga, so I'm just going to go through a process here and follow all of these people. So that I've now followed back, I've followed everybody that has followed me. So you can see my following number has gone up to 102. Now I want to add some more followers, so we can get the number of followers up to number of following up to 50 or 100. So we'll do what we did last time, is to go and identify the people that are clearly involved in yoga. Now we'll do it the way we've been doing it, which is go to yoga in the search box, and we'll identify large followings of large groups of people. I actually want to look at accounts. This is what I want to look at. They've just changed this. So we go to Yoga Journal, which is one of our favorites, and we're going to follow a selection of their followers. And just applying the same principles last time in English with a profile and with a photograph. Carpe diem sounds like, well, that's not English, but we all know what it means. And we'll just work our way through here and follow. No idea how many we've done, but that's just fine. So that's probably enough for this group here, and we'll go back to go and find the next one, yoga. We're going to find accounts, and we will follow some of these people's followers. And just work out, someone has chosen a profile. He says his profile is null, so that's the same as not writing anything in my books. And we will just work around through here. And there is clearly a lesson in here is that if you want people to take you seriously on Twitter, there's definitely value in putting some words into your profile. And if you want to communicate across a wider range of people, write it in English, and you will grab far more English people, unless of course you don't want to talk to English people and write in your own language. And the other characteristic as we're working through here is that very few of these profiles actually have a link in their profile. This one here has, so he is already presenting. There's the opportunity for me to go and visit his website or her website. And if you're really smart, that should be a... Oh, I don't like XX. This breaks one of my rules. I don't want to land up in porn sites. I don't mind being kissed a couple of times, but I don't want to be in a porn site. Right, that's probably enough of those for now. And then what we'll do is we're going to do what we did last time, is we're going to take recent tweets that have been retweeted a few times. So this one here is how yoga teacher training benefits the body. There are 9 retweets on here, and I'm going to, sorry, I need to click on the tweet itself to bring it up. Then it'll give me the list of retweets, and I'm going to follow each of these retweets, and I'm going to do it indiscriminately, so independent of my other rules, because we know that these people are active because they are retweeting, and of course they could be a robot doing things actively, but that's fine too. This one here, yoga on parenting, has 9 retweets. I suspect there's going to be quite an overlap between these retweets. In fact, there is not. There was only one that was common. And we'll go back to, that's enough from that one, and then we'll go back to the, we can quite frankly pick any one of these, yoga for weight loss, and then we'll just go and explore how many retweets these things are getting. There's 15 minutes to go. This one has 12 retweets. And we're going to follow them. And that will be enough for this discussion. I'm going to step across after this to stage to show you how this engagement process works. So we'll go there, and we'll go home. We'll go to my list of tweets, and we will summarize where we are. We're now following 168 people, so we are following 168. So we have followed a net of this minus this. This is how many more people we followed. We followed 81 people. And I'm now going to step across the stage to show how this engagement process, and while we've been sitting here, we actually got a a response, then this is an automated response from one of the people we have actually just followed. And so I'm not going to deal with that now. I'll deal with that in the next session. So let's step across to staged and see how things have been standing in staged. So the first one here, remember we were looking at two profiles, Our Inspiring, which are Twitter followers of 920. So we've got some response from the work we did last week, but I haven't been following very much. Whereas in Body Weight for You, we've just got this steady climb in following based on the automated following process. So let's just show what they've done. Smart follow in the logs since the 15th. They skipped working on the 15th. They followed 98 people on the 16th. They followed 150 and unfollowed 152, and they came from these two Twitter accounts. Is what work was done automatically for me. But the purpose of this discussion now is what I want to do is I'm going to have a look at Our Inspiring only, and I'm going to look at the social engagement platform that Staged provides. And what it does is gives you the option of choosing each time you got a mention, each time you got a direct message, each time you got a retweet, and each time you got a new follower. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to pull that list down to new follower. And we're just going to work through the list. So what we'll see here is so this is the new follower has sent me a message, and you can see the fact that there is not this symbol here means that they are following me after I followed them. So I can send them a message and just say, thanks for following back. And I could also respond to whatever this link was. In this particular case, I'm not going to do that. I am, though, going to cut and paste that. So we're going to hit send and complete. This person here has followed me, so all I'm going to do is follow them, even though they do not speak. This is all in Russian, so I'm actually going to ignore them because I want to communicate with people that I can actually understand. So this one here is so Humor is now following. They have no profile information, so I will just ignore them. This person does have profile information, and I will just follow them. So that's all I have to do, follow and get rid of them. Follow, get rid of the message. A naughty imagination can be fun. I'm a little bit apprehensive about Hailey S. Fisher because she may well be. She's a young person. She's got a whole bunch of tweets about life in general, so I'm quite happy to follow her. So you get the general idea. Is what I'm doing is I'm basically just following people back that I'm comfortable following back, that have followed me. And so that is enough engagement to my mind. Whereas this one here, so this person has now followed me and has, so I can actually send them a message. Simple as that. So that just gives you an example of, and basically you need to go through once a day, once a week, and interact with all the people that are following you, that have followed you. And quite frankly, you can do that strongly in an automated way. So then we'll just check and see, has anybody sent me any direct messages? There are no direct messages. Have there been any mentions? So no one's mentioned me in a post, so and there have been no retweets. So now if I go step across to the one where the following is is being processed. And I'm just going to go work through here and see. Oh, now I've been mentioned in. So this person here has mentioned me as part of a conversation. Thanks for the recent follow. And then there are a bunch of things you can do here. All the things that are available in Twitter, you can just like the tweet, retweet it, send a reply, or just move on to the next one. And so I can say thanks for the recent follow. Quite a powerful technique is just to like the tweet. Thanks for your top new followers. Because these are automated tweets. Thanks for the follow. I've recently begun on the Frank Medranos calisthenic. Cheers. So this one I will send a response, say good luck with, and I'm just going to, I was going to cut and paste, but I will, good luck with Frank Medranos, and I'm just going to check and see if in fact Frank Medranos has a Twitter handle, Frank Medrano. He does. There he is. That's Frank Medrano over here. And I will go back, and it's Frank Medrano program, and I will put the @ sign in and paste in Frank Medrano fit. So now I am connecting my tweet, my Twitter account, this person's account, to one of his customers, and I will send that off. And this one I don't really know what to do. I'd need to actually have a look and see this conversation. So this one here I'm just going to finish off. And we could do exactly the same with the direct messages. So these are people who have written specifically to me, and what I typically will do here is, and I'll just go through the first one. Thanks for following us. If you're interested in a healthy diet plan, and I would typically go and read the link, but thanks for the information, and send and complete. But if we can go to, so if I want to connect, so this one's asking me to connect on Instagram. If I would choose to connect on Instagram, I do have an Instagram account. I'll just click on there, do the connection, come back and say I've done that connections. This one here I read the other day. I will bear this in mind for my UK friends, because it's about a physical facility that he can rent out. It's in the UK, and that is engagement. So what I've tried to do is to show the real power of this combined platform, that you can deal with every aspect of it from a single dashboard without having to jump backwards and forwards as we had to do in here. Remember what I had to do here is that when I got a new follower and I wanted to send a message to that person, oh, somebody's just liked one of my tweets here. If I wanted to send that message to that person, I had to click on their profile, I had to tweet to them or message to them to make a response. In Staged, this all happens in one place. So that's probably about it for now. What I'll do is I'll just go back to show where we were in the summary. So we've made 10 tweets, we've got 168 following, we have 24 followers, so we've actually gained a few in this interaction. As we'll see from the notifications, we've got somebody liked the retweet that we made a couple of days ago, and this one here has retweeted she's retweeted my retweet. So I will send her a message. Thanks for the new RT. And what everybody now knows is that this is a human being operating behind the computer. And of course we need to respond to these sorts of these tweets as well, but I'll leave that for another conversation. So you've been listening to Mark Carrington from goforyogahealth.com, and we've been talking about using the engagement tools in Staged and contrasting those to the way one has to do them in Twitter. Thank you, goodbye, and happy Twittering.